Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Data with Lizzie, and if it's your first time being here, well, welcome. It's really nice to have you here. So what we do here basically is to share data analysis tips and tricks, helping people navigate the field of data analysis and data science with ease from beginners level to advanced level. All right. So welcome, you found your go-to page to data analysis tips and tricks. Okay, it's nice to have you here. Alright, so we're currently working on a sales data set. Okay, we started from scratch. We've done data processing and we're currently at data analysis, right? So that's what we'll be doing today. If you've not seen my previous video, do well to check it out, okay, before moving on to the next video. Let's get right into it. Oh, welcome back. So this is where we left off last class, right? We were able to create measures for total quantity sold metrics. We also created measures for the quantity sold for each product, right? For product A, B, C, D, and E. And lastly, we created total quantity. Oh no, we created total revenue, right? Okay, with that being said, we would create other measures today for other metrics, right, which are average profit margin and revenue by region. And by the way, these are pretty simple things, okay, so don't be overwhelmed. Okay, good. So the first measure we'll be creating would be average profit margin. Okay, so we'll come to calculations, you right click, select new measure, and we'll wait for it to come up. Alright, so we'll name it average profit margin. Okay, so this is equal, so this is very simple, by the way, pretty simple. So we'll say average, okay, average of demo data set profit margin, hit enter, then close the bracket, and let's see what we'll get. Okay, so I'm going to display this in a card just to see what we have. Okay, so we have 15.02. So this is the average profit margin, okay, but I have an issue with this figure. It is not showing that it's in percentage. When we look at our data set, right, we'll see that the profit margin column is actually formatted as percentage. Okay, so we see it's percentage. Everything here, 20.14 here now, for example, is a percent, right? It's a percentage. All right, so when it's displaying, it's not displaying the percentage. We can fix that, right? We'll have to fix that manually ourselves. So I'm just going to click on this and all right, so let's see how we're going to do this. So it's going to be format average demo data set. Okay, so I have to close this bracket. This one is closed. Okay, I'm going to hit outside this bracket I'm going to hit a comma, then the format I want it to be 0.00. I'm going to put this in quotes. Okay, great. So it's going to give me one decimal place with two decimal places, sorry, with this format. Then I will go ahead and close this bracket. Great. But that's not the only thing I want. I also want a percentage sign to be behind this card. So I'm going to concatenate it. I'm going to add this manually myself. Okay, because if we try to do this, if we just hold on. Great, this is how it's looking. But let's take for instance that we don't do it this way. We don't do it manually. I'm just going to delete it. If I come here now and say In fact, let me remove this format because this format is giving it a different type of, okay, it's giving it a different type of format, right? So now it's showing me general. If I come here now and hit percentage, right, we could do it this way, but the problem with this, we'll see just now, it is giving me 1501.88%. This is not what we want. Okay, if let's say our profit margin column was not originally in percentage, right, if it was not in percentage format, then we can convert the value we have from this measure, from this DAX formula here, whatever value it returns to us, then we'll convert it to percentage. So we'll be multiplying it by 100. That's what this percentage sign is doing, is multiplying whatever value this is returning by 100, then it will give it a percentage. But the problem is we already have our column in percentage format. So we cannot do that. If we want the percentage sign as it is here, we'll have to manually put that. I hope that is clear enough. So I'm just going to go ahead and just add my format back. Then take care while you are at this phase, because it's easy to miss the commas or the quote or anything, you know, just probably a parenthesis. So be very, very cautious when you're at this phase so you don't make any mistake. And if you've already made a mistake, that's fine. Just go back and probably slow down the speed of the video, then you should be able to see. Okay, after I've added my format, I'm going to close my bracket and I'm going to concatenate this. So I'll be adding a percentage sign manually. Okay, we don't have any error. I'll hit enter and it should update here. Great, this is what we want to see, average profit margin. Now that we've created this, by the way, we don't need all of this. I could delete this. We'll come back and create another visual. Okay, I'm just, you know, putting it in card so we can see that our measures are correctly written, and if there's any error with it, probably the way it's being displayed, or you know, the calculation, if there's any problem with the DAX formulas, we can always go back and correct them before we move on. You know, if we don't do that, if we realize further into our analysis that we probably made a mistake somewhere, coming back or tracing it would be a big issue. That's why I always visualize whatever measure I've created to be sure that they are correct. Great. So with that being said, the next metric measure we'll be creating will be revenue by region, and this just the same way we did quantity sold by product, we'll be doing it for each region. Okay, so I'll come to calculations table, right click, I'll select new measure, and so you can decide to name yours anything. So I'm just going to say revenue or north revenue, since I'm doing for north region. So I'll say north revenue. Okay, then great. How are we going to do this? Calculate. All right, so what we want to do, it will be the sum of demo data set sales. I'm just going to scroll down instead of typing it. Then I'll close this bracket, I'll hit a comma, shift enter to go to the next line. Then next thing, what do we want to filter this expression by? We want to filter it by the region. Okay, so it will be demo data set region, where the region is equals to north. Okay, for north, where it's equals to north. So I'll close the quote sign, then I'll hit, okay, I'm going to close the parentheses too, you know, the outside parentheses. Then I'll hit enter and we're good to go. So we'll replicate this for east, west, south too. Okay, so you can just copy and paste the formula just so you don't stress, but you can do it again, no offense, if you are someone that enjoys for repetition's sake. And if you are new in data analysis, and if you are very new to DAX formulas and measures, by all means you can try to recreate these offense again. Okay, so I've copied this, so I'm just going to click on the background. I'll come to calculations table, right click, then click on new measure, and I'm just going to paste this. Okay, Control V. Then what we did the last class, if you were following, so instead of, now that I have my cursor on not, it's selected both cases where we have not, right? So instead of me formatting this individually, I can format them together. So I'll press Ctrl Shift L. Okay, so we'll be doing for south. So south, there we go. So easy as that, very, very easy. So select new measure. Okay, so Ctrl V. So I'm going to do for select Ctrl Shift L. Then we've done for north, south, east. Okay. And for the last one, I'm not going to paste it. I'm going to join my you know, the newbies in DAX formulas and, you know, do it events. So we are creating for, we've done east, west, oh no, west will be what we're doing. We've done north, south, east, so west. So west revenue. So shift enter, oh no, equals to shift enter. So calculate. We need an expression to calculate. So it will be the sum of what? Okay, the sum of demo sales. I'm just going to go here and hit the tab. Then now close my bracket, hit a comma, shift enter. Then what else do we want to, what will we be filtering it by? The region. So demo data set region, just come here and hit tab, and then we have it. So you can shift enter to close the bracket here if you don't want to close the bracket there, and that's fine. So we're good to go. Okay, and we have different revenues for each region. Okay, so if you do not understand what exactly all of this the DAX function is doing, okay, you can definitely leave me a comment in the comment section. And if you've watched this video up to this point, do well to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and turn on the notification, so when when I upload a video, you know, you get notified. Turn on the notification bell. All right, so there's something I do in when I'm working on a project here on Power BI. I learned it from a mentor per se. Okay, so we'll come to model view. We would like to arrange all of our measures so it will not look messy, and when we do have corrections to make as we go in our analysis, we will be easily find them. So I would just okay, so I'm just going to press down the control key to select some of these measures individually. So press down. So I'll select product A, B, C, D, E. Okay, and I'll group it. So I'll put it in a different group or folder, if you may. Right, I'll just call it product quantity sold measure. Quantity sold measures. Okay, hold on. Okay, I'll hit enter. So it's going to arrange this for me for my, you know, Power BI. My whole pane and screen will be looking organized, so I don't have to look for things everywhere. I'm just going to select this region revenue too. I'll put them in another folder. So let's go control select. Oh no. So select. Great, then I'll come and select south to and west. Great. So oh no, we've made a mistake. We've made a mistake. But that's fine. We can just leave. I can see that I mistakenly selected west revenue into the product quantity. So that's fine, we can just leave it like that. So we'll create a new folders for the rest of them. So I'm just going to call this region revenue by region measures. So I'll know my west is somewhere else. Okay, great. Then all of these average profit margin, total quantity sold, total revenue, those ones I can just name them probably main metrics, right? Okay, or KPIs, but I'll just stick with main metric. Okay, so main metric metric measures, and I hit enter, and right, and if we look, this calculation table is not attached to our main table, and that's what we want. Okay, it's not attached to the main table, so we'll go back to our report view and we see now that everything is well arranged, right? No clutters and the likes. So that's what we want when we are working with data sets. Alright, so that's what we'll be stopping for today. Do well to leave me a comment if you have any questions, okay? And I'll see you in the next class.